test, test. Test, test.
Yes. Do you want to talk?
Let's just start.
Love's a dream that I feel you can always make real when you go where your heart and your soul seem to go. Every moment will be bright as sunlight when you listen to the song inside. Let the light in your soul burn the darkness today. Let the song in your heart lift your troubles away. Can't you see that love can be a sharing of bright moments, bright moments, bright moments, bright moments, bright moments, bright moments, right now. Love the dream that I feel you can always make me real. Where you go, where your heart and your soul seem to go. Every moment will be bright as sunlight when you listen to the song inside. Let the song in your heart burn the darkness today. Let the song in your heart lift your troubles away. Can't you see that love can be a sharing of bright moments, bright moments, bright moments, bright moments, bright moments, bright moments, right now. seem to go. Every moment will be bright as sunlight when you listen to the song inside. Let the song in your heart burn the darkness today. Let the song in your heart lift your troubles away. Can't you see that love can be a sharing of great moments, 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 great moments,
Bright moments.
great moments,
Bright moments.
great moments,
Bright moments.
great moments,
Bright moments.
great moments.
Rasan Roland Kirk.
Huh?
Bright moments.
Yeah.
Bright Moments is a beautiful song written by Rasan Roland Kirk. And a bright moment is what we're having right this minute, all day here for the Jazz Vespers. I have so much history behind this place, and a bright moment is being here on a Sunday. And we just like to welcome everybody to St. Peter's Church for the Jazz Vespers. This is my first time doing it under my own name, but I've been playing the Jazz Vespers ever since I came to New York in 1985. So this is a bright moment. Thank you for joining us. Also, I'd like to introduce the musicians. Maki Nientao on piano. Jason Clotter on bass. My name is James Zollar, and Miss Nabuko Kiryu on vocals. Bright moments, everybody. All right.
Bright moments, bright moments, bright moments, bright moments, bright moments, bright moments, right now, right now.
What a great way to begin. Thank you to the four of you. Give them a... Thanks, James. Especially if this is your very first time at St. Peter's, a very warm welcome to you. If you're coming to back to this place after a while, it's good to see some familiar faces. And there are those of us who gather in this place week after week and know the gift that this community is, bringing people together around jazz and around prayer. Especially in times like these, we need moments like these bright moments in our lives, and it's so good to be together. We know too that we're joined on our live stream from people perhaps still here in New York City. You should get yourself to 54th and Lexington next time. But perhaps you're joining us in another part of the country around the world, and a very warm welcome to you. Vespers is an old church rite that really developed at the time before we had watches, certainly before we had cell phones. And we were marking different times. People marked different times over the course of the day by praying, by pausing and marking those times as the day moved in prayer. Developed in the Christian tradition, in the Jewish tradition, in the Muslim tradition, in religious traditions all over the world. Vespers, as it developed within the Western church, came to mark that time of transition from the activity of day to the rest of night, as the sun began to set. And if you're going to pause and pray at that time before there was an electric light, you should probably think ahead and light a candle, right? And so I will go to the altar and light our Vesper candle, which comes from a very practical way. If you're going to gather together and you want to see as time goes on and the evening sun sets, you better light a candle. But I think there's also something wonderful about it, isn't it? When we welcome people into our homes, we often sort of tidy up, we get things ready, and just before they come, we probably light a candle. It's a way of showing hospitality. We welcome people. And so as I light our candle here, I hope you will see it as a symbol, as a sign of welcome and hospitality in this place. Certainly, we also welcome God's presence in this place. We are this broad community that is gathered, and let this candle be a sign of that. Perhaps at home, if you have a candle and you'd like to light one and say at home what I'll say here as I light our Vesper candle. God's light shines, light of justice, light of love. And then the other thing that, as Vespers began to develop in a much earlier time, was that folks wondered, well, what should we begin with? And so, well, there are 150 psalms in our Bibles. Perhaps we begin there. And so people would work through them. But there are also psalms for different times of day, morning, noon, and night. Psalm 141 is really a psalm that you can imagine is written for this time of day, transitioning from day to evening. And it's the psalmist looking back on the day that has passed, and you could imagine her saying, you know, if there is any justice, if there's any love that's going to come into the world, that it comes with each and every single one of us. And so this is a prayer to settle the mind, the body, the spirit, and a prayer that our whole lives, our whole bodies might be about this work of justice and love. Here is Psalm 141. Let my prayer, let our prayer rise before you as incense, O Lord, the lifting up of our hands as night descends. O Lord, we call to you, come to us quickly. Hear our voice when we cry out to you. Set a watch before our mouths, O Lord. Guard the door of our lips. Let not our hearts be inclined to any evil thing. Let us in no way be occupied in the wickedness of those who would do evil. But instead, O Lord, turn our eyes to you, for it is in you we have refuge. It is in you we always have life. Let our prayer rise before you as incense, O Lord, the lifting up of our hands as night descends. Let the incense of our prayer ascend before you, O God, and let your loving kindness descend upon us, that with hearts turned outward toward you and toward one another, we might sing your praise here on earth and with the whole heavenly host, glorify you forever and ever. Amen.
Yes, thank you so much. This next tune is very, very special. This song was written for Minister John Garcia Genzel by Duke Ellington. It's called The Shepherd Who Watches Over the Night Flock. How it was written was Duke Ellington had a sketch, and he took it to Cootie Williams. He said, Cootie, what do you got on this? Okay? So Cootie Williams wrote this melody. It was originally written as a kind of medium minor blues, but Cootie slowed it down to a dirge. And this is written by Duke Ellington for Minister Genzel, John Garcia Genzel, entitled The Preacher. Always say that. It's the shepherd who watches over the night flock, for Mr. Genzel. That's for Mr. the Lutheran minister who, when I first came to New York, he was here, so I got a chance to meet Mr. Ginzel, and he was a really, really great man. And I read so much about Duke Ellington, and I'm in the orchestra, so I know that Ginzel and Duke were very close, and that was for Mr. Ginzel, John Garcia Ginzel.
Very, very special to hear that piece, and captures a very special relationship with Pastor Ginzel and Duke Ellington, part of the Second Sacred Concert. If you don't know that whole suite, you should go home and listen to it tonight, and you'll hear Shepherd Who Watches Over the Night Flock yet again. Extraordinary. Thank you. Thank you all for sharing that. This is a reading from John's Gospel. Jesus said to the disciples, "If you love me, you will keep my commandments. And I will ask the Father, and he will give you another advocate to be with you forever. This is the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive because it neither sees him nor knows him. You know him, because he abides with you, and he will be in you. I will not leave you orphaned. I am coming to you in a little while. The world will know me no more, but you will see me. Because I live, you also will live. On that day you will know that I am in the Father, and you in me, and I in you. They who have my commandments and keep them are those who love me. And those who love me will be loved by the Father, and I will love them and reveal myself to them."
We had a slight change in program. We're going to do Embraceable You, and featuring Miss Nabuko Kiryu.
Embrace me, my sweet embraceable you. Embrace me, you, irreplaceable you. Just one look at you, my heart grows tipsy in me. You and you alone bring out the gypsy in me. I love all the many charms about you. Above all, I want my arms about you. Don't be a naughty baby. Come to mama, do. Happy Mother's Day, my sweet embraceable you. At times I wonder where my life would be if I never had the musical birth. Back when I was just a kid, I listened to each precious note floating out of him so many years ago. What a treat it used to be for me to hear him, the thrill of being near him. I live for every song that he played from his heart. Bird wrote a special word to me, and by leading away, I've learned to live my life from the dues that he paid. He turn me on to sounds I never heard before by putting all those magical tones into every single phrase. Somehow I find it rather strange, knowing that there are those of us who love him, while so many are even aware of his name. I feel blessed that I grew up spending all of those wonderful years surrounded by the joy that he gave. There's nothing in life that can ever have the meaning for me, or can give me a thrill like hearing Charlie Parker. Sounds I ever heard before by putting all those magical tones into every single phrase. Somehow I find it rather strange, knowing that there are those of us who really love him, while so many are even aware of his name. I feel blessed that I grew up spending all of those wonderful years surrounded by the joy that gave him. There's nothing in life that can ever have the meaning for me, or can give me a thrill like hearing Charlie Parker.
So one of the things about reading St. John's Gospel as we did this evening is that we are never really experiencing one level of meaning at a time. with John. There is Jesus, of course, speaking to his disciples in his own moment and his own time and his own place. There is also the community of St. John's Gospel, hearing and preserving and applying these words a generation or two later amid their own struggles and fears. There is the church across centuries who, receiving these words, sometimes embodies them and sometimes, oftentimes, tragically fails them. And then there is us in our own time and in our own place, with our own hopes and griefs, our longings, and our own fears. Every once in a while, all of these layers meet one another, as they do today, when woven through every one of the layers is a single thread: love. If you love me, you will keep my commandments. Recently, I was at the Metropolitan Museum of Art for the Raphael exhibition. I spent a long time standing before those immense tapestries woven on the papal looms. Threads woven together so densely, so intricately, their color, their texture, their depth, and given their scale, they seemed more like paintings than tapestries. Perhaps you've seen them too. And yet, beneath all of that complexity was what underlies every weaving: a simple warp and weft holding it all together. Perhaps that is something like what St. John's Gospel is trying to convey with this single thread he talks about: love, woven through so much. Jesus' love for his disciples, the disciples learning to love one another, the church struggling across centuries to live that love, and us, called to and drawn into such love even now. Threads crossing and overlapping through time and place and situations, and woven through it all, the astonishing love of God who says to us, love, love, and you will find I in them and you in me. And that sounds beautiful, doesn't it? Until we remember what sort of world this love has got to survive in. Because love is not the only thing woven through human history or woven into our own time. Hatred is in that history too, and violence, racism, xenophobia, cruelty, greed, the hoarding of wealth, the abuse of power. And these are no weak threads. Underneath it all lies one of the oldest human questions. Which of those threads is stronger? Love or hate? Goodness or evil? History gives us plenty of evidence for the terrible strength of evil. But this we also know. Though hate always wants another generation, eventually it exhausts itself. Though violence always wants to torment again, it eventually collapses beneath its own weight. But love, real love, God's own passionate love, remains strong. Even after betrayal, St. John will go on to say in this gospel, even after grief, even after violence, even after death. And we know this too. When disagreements burn themselves out, something always remains. When war ends, finally, something remains. Even in silence, something remains. A whisper, a hope, a single thread of love. The church has a word for that. It dares to call it resurrection. Not resurrection as sentimental optimism, but resurrection as the stubborn persistence of God's love even after evil and death have done their worst. And this matters. It matters for all of us because few of us, certainly no one in this room, possesses the power to end war or to undo every injustice. Yet every single one of us in this room, across this city, across this world, possesses the power to love. And like even the most extravagant of tapestries, under it all is that simple warp and weft. This love is there in you and in me. There as we seek to love more generously, there as we seek to forgive more courageously, there as we seek to hope more stubbornly still, weaving in the face of all that the world would seek to do to unravel this thread of love. I know certainly in my own life, as I seek to weave that thread of love, that I have found it helpful to pause and to pray. Because prayer, you see, gives us a view of the world around us and then invites us to say, how can we be a part of the building up of that world, the sharing of love? And at least for me, whenever I pray, I find that my heart is more open than when I started. My mind, even my arms and my hands are open to others. So I'd like to share a few prayers with you this night, and perhaps they will open your own heart and love. However you pray this night, know that God is using each and every single one of us to weave that rich tapestry of love. Holy God, you bless your people. Fill us with the gifts of your Spirit and form us to open our hearts in love. All the earth sings praises to you, O God. Grant your care to the creatures, plants, and places of this earth that are suffering, and equip us to respond to their cries. Make us agents of restoration for all your beloved creation. You call all people of the world, O God, your beloved children. Judge the nations justly. Show mercy to all who are oppressed. Bring peace and justice in and between Ukraine and Russia, across the Middle East, in Sudan, Haiti, Venezuela, and the United States of America. With the World Council of Churches this week, we pray especially for India, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka. Sustain all who are in need, O God, especially individuals and families struggling with trauma or addiction. Support caregivers, especially nurses, doctors, counselors, chaplains, and social workers. Be with those who are ill or struggling. You hold us in your loving care, O God. We give you thanks for mothers and mother figures in our lives. Console all who long to be mothers. Console children estranged from their mothers. Console anyone grieving the death of a mother and mothers who have lost a child. You, O God, are our everlasting peace. We give you thanks for our beloved dead who rest in you. Keep us in communion with them until with all the saints we gather at your heavenly banquet. Amen.
Love, love, love. Speaking of love, that's the name of the next song. What is this thing called love? And we all know what that is.
give another round of applause here for our wonderful group. Jason on bass, Maki on piano, Nabuko on vocals, and of course, James Zollar on trumpet. I think we are going to have time for that 6th tune, so we got 2 more tunes coming up. Thank you all for being here tonight. We do this thing where we ask for a show of hands if this is your first time at Jazz Vespers. So raise your hand if this is your first time. Wow, awesome. All right, well, please keep coming back. You picked a good time to come because this is the busiest time of the year. If you've not gotten one of the jazz brochures, please do so before you leave today. We have more than 34 events happening and through the end of August coming up. I just want to highlight a couple of them just to encourage participation in the community. On Tuesday night, we're going to have a memorial for Richie Okan, who was a floor manager at Birdland and was associated with a lot of clubs in the city. And you know, these jazz memorials are a great opportunity to hear the likes of, we don't normally do this, but I am going to drop a few names for Tuesday night, Joe Lovano, Emmett Cohen, Benny Green. So if you want to come out on Tuesday, hear a great tribute to a wonderful man, please do that on Tuesday. Next Sunday is going to be a historic day here at St. Peter's where we officially celebrate the 60th anniversary of Jazz Vespers. Our very own Catherine Russell. So our very own Catherine Russell will be leading Jazz Vespers. To give you an idea of what we're kind of up against next week, we have nearly 300 RSVPs for Vespers. So this will be packed. You're going to want to be sure to get here to get a spot. For that, right after it, we're going to have a party called the Keep Swinging Social, and that is a ticketed event. Again, that's capped off at a certain number of attendees, and we're getting close to that. So if you're going to purchase a ticket, please go ahead and do that now. And you got a very colorful brochure when you walked in today, or a flyer, for Tito Puente Jr.'s tribute to his father on June 1st. So someone asked if it is June 1 to 7 p.m., but it's actually June 1st at 7 p.m. So please go ahead and scan the QR code. We have a many variety of tickets for whatever you'd like to be involved in for that. But that's going to be a great event. We haven't done one of these sort of evening headline events in a while, so please come out and support that. All right, that's all my announcements. As always, this programming, nearly 90 events a year now that we're up to that are provided at no cost to the public. So whatever you can give as you leave today, your generosity is appreciated. We're going to have 2 more tunes from our wonderful group tonight and then a blessing to send you home. Thank you.
Yes, thank you all for coming again. I would like to thank Tyler Bassett for having us here. Really, I really appreciate it. This is going to weave into the Dizzy Gillespie, Thelonious Monk thing / Cootie Williams again, okay? We're going to do Round Midnight, but then we're going to do the version that actually Cootie Williams wrote, the interlude. So this is a special version of Round Midnight, which I'm not used to doing. We're doing it in a different key, and we're putting in an interlude. So enjoy Round Midnight in the Dizzy Gillespie's Con Ama. With love.
It begins to tell round midnight, I do pretty well till after sundown. Supper time, I'm feeling sad, but it really gets bad round midnight. Memories always start round midnight, round midnight. Haven't got the heart to stand those memories when my heart is still with you. And old midnight knows it too. When some quarrel we had needs mending, does it mean that our love is ending? Darling, I need you. Lately I find you're out of my arms, and I'm out of my mind. Let our love take wings some midnight, round midnight. Let the angels sing for your returning. Let our love be safe and sound when old midnight comes around. Some midnight, round midnight, let the angels sing for your returning. Let our love be safe and sound when old midnight comes around. Do 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 do.
Spectacular. What a special night this has been, especially again, if this is your first time with us, we hope you'll come back and join us again. A colleague of mine says the most valuable thing any of us has is our time. And so thank you for being together in this place, this hour, and sharing that valuable possession of each and every single one of yours. Wherever you go to next this night, go with the blessing of the one who brings light and life to all creation. Go forth, be that light. The world needs you. Thanks be to God.